Hey guys and occasional girls, my name is GrrrVahrrr and this is Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider, that was one of the games I was really looking forward to, mainly because I was interested in how the developers could reshape that glorious pair of triangular boobs I used to stare at as a kid, and give it proper character development. This is the focus of the game according to the game's ads. We are supposed to find out what tragic events changed Lara from a cute, young, perky teen into a monstrosity we all know and scared of. And I have to say, this game achieves its goal 100%. By the end of the game I was scared shitless of Lara and would probably flee to Mars if she really existed, just because of the fear of getting murdered. It is really hard to talk about Tomb Raider's gameplay and story separately, because they are so massively disconnected from one another they tear each other limb from limb and have an unhealthy relationship in this bloodbath they create. It is fascinating how this game misses its initial point by a country mile by fucking up both story and gameplay, yet staying bizarrely entertaining all the way through. The game starts by showing us Lara on board a science vessel called Endurance that gets destroyed less than a minute into the game. Seriously, it takes roughly 40 seconds to go from start new game button to the ship getting destroyed by a mysterious storm and Lara drowning. Subtlety would be nice, you can't get invested into horrible events without seeing them not being horrible. But I nitpick. What's even more fascinating, about 4 minutes in, Lara suffers a mortal wound. She takes a metal spike through her kidney like a champ. Lara, you should be dead now, and definitely not trying to get your wound even deadlier by infecting it having a little swim in dirty water. By the way, a little IRL tip: if you ever get stabbed by anything, keep the object inside till you get medical assistance, or you will just bleed to death. After escaping the caverns, Lara hides under some rock to keep warm near fire and watches camera footage. I have to say, these cutscenes are pretty well done. Yes, all of Lara's friends are walking stereotypes, but how the cutscenes are directed and how they contrast with Lara's loneliness at moments she watches them is really cool. Actually, the only glimpses of good writing in this game are these camera footage cutscenes, and it is the main source of information about the characters besides documents that are hidden. But let's get back to reality. In the next scene, Lara gets a bow and hunts a deer using it. And I got so many problems with it, mainly because I'm an archer myself. I do tournaments and performances for the most part and never went hunting with a bow yet. But personally know experts who go hunting around the world using only traditional bows. So let's fucking start. First of all, it is not a long bow, it is a short bow made from sticks. It is basically a piece of shit. To hunt you need a bow with draw weight no less than 55 pounds, around 70 or more ideally, or arrows won't enter deep enough to harm vital organs. Thankfully Lara uses broadhead arrows that she magically found. But the thing is, even having proper equipment, it is not easy to kill a deer. Even if you shoot it in a lung or liver, it would still take some time for him to go down. It would not feel a thing if you shoot it in the ass. It definitely would not do a somersault and fucking die. Next, cutting a deer with an arrowhead. I can't stress enough how stupid that is. It is nearly impossible, and even if you manage to do it, it would take hours. I once was taught how to properly cut a freshly killed ram into chunks of meat. Even with a proper knife, it is really hard. And worst of all, we never ever see Lara eat this meat. Even eat anything at all. I went through all this trouble cause she was hungry, but apparently Lara can survive only on joy of killing and cutting animals. Later on, hunting becomes a mechanic that just gives additional XP. It becomes a stupid grind with no survival purposes whatsoever. Without aiding to her wound at all, Lara goes into another infected sewer hoping to get her wound even more fucked up, and finds a really fascinating old mask there that she takes with her. Wait an irrelevant collectible second, why would she ever need a mask? Where will she put it? I mean... Fuck. Let's get this out of the way. Tomb Raider has a bunch of different collectibles that are pretty out of place and just not needed at this particular situation. Yes, they are interesting themselves and fun to hunt for, especially the documents that provide additional information about the world, but they destroy immersion like a hole in Lara's back. I mean, the wound. You got it. What I'm saying is, collecting children's toys and some guy's wallet later in the game was the stupidest thing a collectible bunny could come up with. Later, Lara meets her Asian friend Sam, who once again tells her and some creep named Matthias about Princess Himiko and the mystical kingdom of Yamatai, that funnily enough Sam has some kind of family connection to. What a coincidence. But regardless, this quote-unquote mystery is the most interesting part of the game. Unfortunately, all the assumptions I made at this point were 100% correct, so the resolution was not surprising, but nonetheless, mystical stuff is always interesting, ain't it? Mystical stuff like, why the fuck didn't a wolf trap shatter Lara's bones into a million little pieces particularly fascinates me. These things are brutal, I've seen them IRL. If you get caught into one of those, you will never properly walk again. As far as I know, these traps are even illegal to use in civilized countries, but here it is, used only to set up a glorified turret section. Well done, writers. After walking off this minor wound, Lara gets introduced to some cultists. And personally, I like cultists. I mean, in general, they've always interested me. Just imagine having an absolute clear vision of your future. You know, 100% that you will die for your god. I mean, do you know how you'll die? No? Then join your nearest cult to be sure. On your journey to a glorious death, you might even have a chance to rape some women, which is an opportunity these guys try to exploit. But what they don't know is that they're dealing with a main character. Thus, the only thing you can hope for is becoming a part of her character development by dying. And then he did, leaving Lara to whine a little bit because of her first kill.
Oh God!
5 minutes later though...
I don't know why. I had to kill some of them. I had no choice.
That can't have been easy.
It's scary just how easy it was.
A while later, Lara finds Roth, who is injured, so she helps him and sees to his wounds, but again ignoring a hole in her kidney, and for the fuck's sake, Lara, it must be cold in there, just grab a coat or something from any cultist you've murdered. Yes, you look cute in your tank top, all shivering and shit, but regardless, it is really hard to be sexually attracted to a mass murderer. I'm paranoid that you'll pull off a basic instinct on me and murder me during sex with a climbing axe.
Maybe the perfect place for some escape.
Get over here! No, fuck!
Next, we get one of the best and the stupidest scenes in the game, a radio tower one. It is symbolic, really. One part of my brain screams, wow, this is beautiful, and the other part, fuck, she must be cold. And how the hell didn't she freeze off her fingers grabbing ice cold metal? But thanks to this extreme venture, Lara calls a rescue plane that gets immediately destroyed by another mysterious storm. And luckily almost lands on Lara, making her slide down another hill, which by this point has already become annoying. Come on, can she at least decide on her own how to get from point A to point B? It is like an omnipresent author stands behind Lara with a gun, scared that she'll run away. There is actually something unhealthy in treating your character like a hostage, torturing her with collapsing terrain. After the plane crashes, one of the pilots manages to survive, and Lara, being afraid that someone else except her gets to murder something, rushes to the rescue, only to get captured by the living dead.
The Guardians are here! Come on, get out!
Corpses! Holy shit! No wonder she became so psychotic. Try rolling in a pile of bodies and you will be murdering everything breathing in a close vicinity. But what's more interesting, Lara discovers that they are in the lost kingdom of Yamatai, acting all surprised and trying to decipher an obvious thing. I'm just gonna straight up say it. It is clear from the first couple of dialogues and documents that the Empress of Yamatai has magical powers and transfers this power, accompanied by her soul, into young girls, thus becoming immortal. Everybody has seen a similar plot. Ghostbusters 2 did it. It is not a surprise, so all the Lara's revelations look laughably pathetic. She's like a puppy discovering how to pee. Kinda cute, but disgusting at the same time. So let's better get back to what Lara does best. Murdering people with a shotgun. What a bitch. After yet another series of unfortunate falls, broken bones and spine columns, Lara ends up in another stinking pit with no bandages on any of her wounds. By now she should look like a champion of Norgal, all red and infected with pus coming out of her every hole, but thankfully no. Finally she comes to her senses and burns the wound with a red-hot arrowhead. Half the game in, which is like a couple of days in game, and to do that she requires a lighter, because proper ladies don't use fire from another million places that she passed. But that's nothing compared to the next bow upgrade. Apparently strapping a lighter onto a bow makes fire arrows. Really, game? Really? The game aims for some kind of realism, but does things that would make a BFG-wielding fire-breathing dragon less of a surprise than this. What the fuck, guys? Actually, let's talk about the upgrade system some more. It is total bollocks. Lara Croft is officially the best weaponsmith in the world ever to be born. By finding mysterious weapon parts, she manages to make an AK with optics out of a World War I gun, a military-grade automatic shotgun out of a rusty shotty, a Desert Eagle out of a 9mm pistol, a composite wall with decorations out of a couple of sticks. What the hell? This is a bigger mystery than the freaking storms. Only twice she's given new weapons, a new pistol and a new bow. But that means nothing, cause she upgrades them as well beyond any human abilities. If she just found these weapons, it would be kinda dumb, but at least it would make sense. But like this, I'm sure it would be easier for her to make an artillery gun of some sort and just bomb the whole island than actually trying to shoot stuff with a bow. But perhaps she likes to look people in the eye when they're dying, seeing their life fade away, which is totally expected of Lara, to be honest. Anyway, after murdering and burning people alive, one of the stereotypes accompanying Lara dies, making her angry. With every step, Lara is losing more and more humanity, becoming a monster. And while in cutscenes she's all sorry and sad, in-game she's just psychotic, which makes me wonder, what if Lara is pretending to be sad and sorry? What if she doesn't want people to know the amount of joy she gets from killing? What if she became a psychopathic maniac that toys with people's emotions? She scares the shit out of me.
I can't see the body.
I don't think she'll survive the war.
After getting inside the palace, Lara trying to rescue Sam gets captured again and ends up in another river of blood and dead bodies. What is it, like the fourth time now? Doesn't matter. Action time! Due to the series of explosions caused by Lara, she burns down an ancient palace with hundreds of people inside, but manages to rescue some of her friends. The least important ones no one cares about, since only really close people can provide proper tragedy, like Roth, who dies at the hands of Matthias, who I was sure Roth shot in this scene, by the way, until I met him later on. So yeah, more whining, more tears, fake ones I suppose, because after a while, more murder. That, to be honest, I was quite sick of at this point. It is just so boring and easy. Combat mechanics are really simplistic and do nothing good in particular. It is just mindless, senseless murder, which worst of all is encouraged by the game. It is the main source of XP, and most of the time you can't proceed unless everybody on the level is dead. So making Lara into a mass murderer was the creator's intent, which is bizarre. Thankfully, boring action mixed up with hilarious story. Next part I just love. You see, Lara's friends want to repair a boat. To do that, they need instruments. To get instruments, the nerd of the group goes to their old ship. And here we have the funniest, the stupidest quote-unquote heroic sacrifice ever. A guy dies for a wrench and a screwdriver. For a wrench and a screwdriver. I couldn't believe it, I actually couldn't. What the fuck, there were no wrenches and screwdrivers nearby. I mean, literally everybody has them. Surely every boat on the planet has a toolbox. Every bunker certainly does. When they said instruments, I honestly thought it would be something special, like a ray gun that repairs stuff with the power of love. But wow, I was wrong, it was just a fucking multi-tool. I even had to pause the game cause I couldn't stop laughing. The nerd died as he lived, totally worthless. Oh, by the way, he loved Lara. How tragic.
I wish I could be more like Lara. She blows me away.
But let's get back to the serious stuff. Next thing, Lara finds a dead samurai and discovers that to stop the storms they need to destroy the body of the empress because her soul is still trapped inside. So her anger doesn't let anyone leave the island, which makes sense.
The soul is trapped in a decaying body. That's what's causing the storms.
And as we all know, every video game must feature at least one betrayal. The guy who pulled the short straw this time was Dr. Whitman, who took Sam back to Matthias in order to get an exclusive interview or something. Actually, if you find all the documents like I did, his betrayal would make sense. If not, it would seem like he's just being a dumb dick. And he pays for being a dumb dick rather fast, in a quite funny manner as well.
My name is Dr. James Whitman. I come to you in peace. I bring you your new queen.
Oh no.
Your queen. What is it in Japanese? Your Joe. No!
After murdering legions of the dead, Lara finally realizes that the Empress needs Sam's body to transfer her soul into it. So Lara gets angry, kills Matthias, and disturbs the ritual, getting the girl in the end. Holy fuck. She's even dressed in white. So I guess Croft lineage ends with Lara. I have to give the game some credit though, it seems to be fully self-aware, at least I hope so, and it is not just bad writing, cause this dialogue with Matthias pretty much summarizes it all, showing that Lara is as bad of a human being as people she was killing throughout the game.
No! No, please! Laura! Why are you doing this, Matthias?
Do you think that you're the hero, Lara? Everything I've done, I did to survive. How many lives have you taken to do the same? There are no heroes here. Only survivors.
And thankfully, Lara is smart enough not to get back to civilization and continue her murderous journey elsewhere.
Anyway, we'll be home soon.
I'm not going home.
So this was Tomb Raider, and with everything said, I have to admit, I quite like that. There are good bits in this game, level design, exploration, 8 tombs to raid, with this easy puzzles, but still. The environments are beautiful, except Shantytown, I mean, Jesus Christ, but everything else is. And the bad parts? They are so bad, it is worth playing just to see them. This game is interesting even from gaming evolution standpoint. It is a perfect not to do guide. I've never seen such a massive disconnect between gameplay and story since the latest Final Fantasies. And they drag on forever, while Tomb Raider is a concentrated badness in a flashy cover. I encourage you to get it. That was one of those games I finished not because I'm psychotic about playing stuff to the end, but because I actually wanted to. So, I guess there is a place in my heart for a mass murderer that steals from the dead. The name's GrrrVahrrr, and I shall see you from within my next video.
Goodbye, goodbye, see you again. see.